Is knowledge power? Yeah? Who here, raise your hand if you believe knowledge is power. Raise your hand. Awesome stuff. Never had so many wrong hands in a long time. I disagree. I speak at a lot of universities. I'm a big believer for education. I always talk about always be learning. Extremely important. But I stand my ground and I say knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. You see, there are far too many people that you know, friends, family members, friends of friends, colleagues, you know people that have a beautiful dress for the ladies, beautiful dress, beautiful bag, they've gone to the avenue, they've bought it, then they've come and they've put it in the cupboard, never to be used. I know this is the case in some other countries. Do you know people that are like that? Guys, for the ladies. What do you call that? When you spend money on a beautiful Versace dress and you never wear it. What's that? Waste? Waste? That's what I call it as well. Do you guys call it waste? Good. Men. Bentleys. I know people, some of them are my clients. They have far too many nice cars and they hardly drive them because they're busy building their businesses. But what's the point of you buying a beautiful Ferrari or a beautiful Lamborghini or whatever your favorite car is and you never drive it? What's the point? You buy the car, you park it up, and it's just there year after year gathering dust. It's not an investment. What is it? Waste? In my language as well, waste. You guys know friends, family members that know everything about everything? I call them encyclopedias. Yeah? The share market, they'll tell you about it. Real estate, they'll tell you about it. The weather, they'll tell you about it. What's happening down the road? I'll tell you about it. You guys have those friends? Why are those people not properly rewarded for all the knowledge they have? You know, they'll tell you about marine biology. They'll tell you about the coffee bean that comes from Cambodia. They know so much. Why is their result not reflective of how much they know? There's so much knowledge. So much. Triple PhD in everything. Because knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. Today you've received a copy of my book. This is my third book. It's called Whatever You're Into, courtesy of the sponsors and Injaz Youth. Please put your hands together for them. They've made this book available for you. Thank you. In this book, one of the points that I talk about is I say this: knowledge is not power. I'll tell you what's power. Knowledge, when put into action, is power. It doesn't matter how much you know. Nobody cares how much potential you have. Nobody cares how much skill you have, how much knowledge you have. None of that matters unless you start putting it into action. You probably have felt this. You might have had an idea. You might have had a thought. There was something that you had in mind that you thought you were going to start. You didn't do anything about it. And a few years down the track, you see it in the papers. You hear about it. It's a success story. It's an item. It's a product. It's a service. And you go, man, I thought about this 5 years ago. Has anyone experienced that? There's a lot of yeses. Why? Because life doesn't reward potential. Life does not reward what you can potentially do or how much you potentially know. Life doesn't do any of that. Potential doesn't mean anything. There's a famous saying, and in the States they use it a lot. The place where you can find a whole lot of potential is in the graveyard. Because a lot of people have gone through life, they've passed away, and they've taken all their potential with them. And that's a sad life. Who are the people that are successful? Are they the best people with the best knowledge, with the best skills, with the best talents? Not at all. Not at all. I know some of the top musicians in the world. They are not the best musicians. The reason they are the top musicians is because they played the music. They played the music. The best swimmer is not the best swimmer as opposed to someone else that might have better talent. The reason they're the best swimmer is because they swim. Yes, you become good and you become amazing and so forth and you break records, that's all good. But they actually do. What's the point if you've got a high IQ and you never put it to use? Pointless. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge put into action is power.